Hello and welcome to Artist Alchemy. My name is Alex Cecina and I'm subbing in for David Reed today. Here we are with Alex Mazerolle. Hey!
Hello.
So excited. So excited to have Alex here. It's Alex and Alex. Double the Alex, double the fun. But we're here just to talk about Alex and the amazing career and life and journey that you've had thus far. Gosh, yeah, you've done so much. But before we get into that, just a little bit about how we initially met.
Yes.
Right? So there's a bit of history between us. Not only have we done shows together, but before we were even performing, we actually were in daycare together. It was so cute in Miss Shalisi's daycare, and we would go in. Obviously, when you're that little, there can't be more than one Alex. There can only be one. So we decided, hey, we're just going to get married. And so we became Mr. and Mrs. Alex. And to this day, whenever we talk to one another, it's Mr. Alex and Mrs. Alex.
That's right.
Yeah. And we were just discussing this backstage before the show started. We never got divorced. Never. So technically, I guess we should be sharing our earnings and whatnot. But
right? I think I should have a ring, Mr. Alex. Okay.
My bad.
It's been quite a few years here.
Probably to get on that one. A little bit behind. But yeah, so no, we've known each other for a while, and I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yay! Oh my gosh. So enough about how we met and everything. It's not about me. It's about you. Let's start talking about that. So tell me how your life is during COVID right now, because that's, everyone's first thought, how everything's kind of going.
Yeah, I mean, this has definitely been an interesting year. Majority of my career does involve working in the arts and entertainment. So with COVID going on, it's been a very slow year for that. But luckily, we've been able to do a couple things here and there. I've still gotten a few gigs in. A lot of places are getting creative, just like this, and doing things virtually. So I have been blessed to have, a few performing outlets throughout the year. But it's been a tough year for all of us, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But it's great that you've had those few performing outlets. I know I've always been searching for those while we're, stuck inside and doing everything virtually.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's awesome though. But yeah, I'm glad to hear you're doing well, holding up as well as you can. And hopefully everything will start opening back up here soon.
That's what I hope. So I hope we get back to some new sense of normalcy soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I agree. Cool. So, but kind of jumping back a little bit to how we met. Yeah. We have done lots of shows together.
Yes.
And so what was your life like growing up when you were young, and kind of shows did you get in? How did you get involved?
Yeah. So, I mean, the original source of, entertainment for me came from pageants. My mom started putting me in pageants when I was probably about 3 years old. And it was nothing like you see on these crazy, television shows. Pageants for me was really a stage to sing on. That's my main passion, my main, source of involvement in entertainment is singing. So that's how we always looked at pageants, like a great opportunity to get on stage, to practice my skills. And then, of course, as a young kid, to build confidence, to get comfortable in front of people. So that's kind of where it all started for me, was pageants. And then as I grew older, we started doing a lot of shows at the acting company, did all kinds of fun stuff there growing up, of course, taking singing lessons and dance lessons at Jackie's Dance Expressions, really being involved in the arts in all shape, form, you name it. So that's kind of how it all started for me.
Yeah, actually, I think we actually have some pictures of you in those pageants kind of early on. Ooh. Yeah, so let's get a look into the life of Alex Mazerolle. There you are. Look at that.
Baby Alex.
Oh, like I said earlier, you just do not look happy to have won.
Right? Shouldn't this all be smiling? Goodness gracious.
It's cute. Very cute, though. Very cute. Oh,
Happy there. Happy girl.
yeah, look at that. Little smile and wave. Poodle skirt.
Yes.
Looking cute. I love that.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, YubaSutter Fair.
YubaSutter Fair. YubaSutter Fair.
Good stuff. You belting your life away right there.
Right? Always singing. Always singing. I definitely grew up with a microphone in my hand. That is for sure.
Yes. And, we just never put it down.
Oh, yay. And this is a show at the acting company, The Wiz. This is Emerald City.
I was going to ask. Okay. I had two thoughts when I saw this picture. I was like, either it's The Wiz or it's Suzical.
Oh.
And I was like, it's one of the two.
Yeah, Suzical was that's a good guess though. Yes, no, The Wiz.
I thought the little sparkles in the background were truffle trees.
Oh.
See, that was my thought process.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's great. Oh my gosh. So, look at you. Another poodle skirt. You're a fan of the poodle skirts.
Right? I didn't even catch that. 2 poodle skirts back to back. Wow.
It's just now it's going to be your signature. Little did you know.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
There we go. Oh, there it is.
Go.
Cute. Pageants are great. So, when did you you started early, but like that first picture, where is that? I think it's at Hawaii.
Oh, yes. So like the very first pageants I ever started participating in were the Hawaiian Tropic pageants. And I know they had some of those locally in the YubaSutter area. Some of them were in Sacramento. So that's really the first pageants I ever competed in. And then as I got a little bit older, I started competing at the YubaSutter Fair. And I was Miss Teen YubaSutter, Miss YubaSutter, and these the opportunity to represent our community as a title holder helped me grow in so many ways. I can't even tell you beyond just being able to perform. I mean, obviously that's my passion, but besides that, getting comfortable speaking in front of a crowd. I remember we visited all of the service clubs as a title holder. And then the second I turned 18, I couldn't wait to join my favorite service club that we have visited, the Early Risers Kiwanis of Yuba City. Hey. So I was like having, as soon as I turned 18, most 18-year-olds want to do, I don't know what, buy a lottery ticket, something. I'm like, I want to join Kiwanis. And early risers at that, like 6 a.m. in the morning.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, you wanted to be up that early?
I wanted to be an early riser. They just spoke to me. They were so fun. I miss them to this day. I need to go back and visit, actually. Yeah. So just things like that I didn't even know existed in our community until I was a title holder. And I've been able to gain so much knowledge and so many connections from being involved that way.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you 1000%. Mm-hmm. I did also compete in pageants. I was the teen ambassador for YubaSutter, the one and only. Yeah. And then I went on and I did the California State Ambassador too. And that was yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh. It's flooding all of a sudden.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think it's such a great I think it's a wonderful mode for people to show off their talents and to gain public speaking skills and just like interaction, like daily interaction with people that you don't really get until like you have a spotlight on you a little bit.
Absolutely.
It's a little bit of like becoming like a celebrity in a way.
For a minute. Yeah. For a minute, you are definitely, a celebrity, a role model. So you want to, present yourself in the best light possible. And I think that is an excellent thing for a young person to do, to have to be a role model for a minute.
Absolutely.
And then on top of that, paying for college, obtaining scholarships. I also competed after Cal State. I did Cal State as well. And then I moved on into the Miss America organization, and I competed in that organization till I was 24 years old. I was never a title holder in Miss America. However, runner-up after runner-up, and you still get scholarship money. Through all of the pageants I've ever done in my life, I was able to pay for more than half of my college education. Wow. Winning sometimes and not winning sometimes. It was all an experience, and it was all, beneficial to me. So Yeah, there's so much more to pageants than, you know, lip gloss and hairspray.
Yes.
There's a lot. Yes.
See, I think that's such a ideal that people have put in their minds by like things like miscongeniality and like stuff like that. It's like, oh, it's just like this foo-foo thing that girls go and do. But like, there's so much more to it. And you actually have to be knowledgeable, and you actually have to like stand against these other people in like these competitions. It's not just like I'm just gonna be pretty type thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. That's not even really part of it anymore at this point, especially like moving into the Miss America organization. You have to have a platform, something that you stand for, something that you're going to go out in the community and promote and work for during your year of service. So there's many benefits to it besides just getting to be on stage in a pretty dress. You know, there's so much there.
Yeah. I love how they've also kind of moved away from the vocabulary of pageants and kind of moved into like scholarship
competition.
Yeah, I think that encompasses it a lot more than what we've now come to know as pageants.
Yep, but, absolutely. So I think it's a great rebrand there, a scholarship competition.
Right, because it is definitely one of those. And as you've used it, I think it's proven to be a very useful tool for people to attend colleges and actually, you know, make something on themselves.
Absolutely. Oh. Yeah, absolutely.
So cool. That is so cool that you've done that for so long. And that, I mean, obviously you've gained those public speaking skills as we're doing it right now, right?
Thank you. Yes. But yes. And I'm just confident to be able to talk in front of people and to people of all ages. Like I said, you know, as a 16-year-old competing in pageants, I'm hanging out with my friends all the time. You don't really get the opportunity to speak to, you know, an older population, a service club, you know, my elders. You know, most I feel like 16-year-olds would be nervous. And I was able to, you know, gain the opportunity to be able to speak to many different generations. And that's something I cherish as well.
So cool. So cool. Yeah. Love that. So kind of in that same vein though, you obviously performed a lot in pageants, but you've also done theater work.
Yep, absolutely. So I've done a ton of shows at the acting company. And then of course, my high school, Mazerolle Charter Academy for the Arts, MCAA, whoop, whoop.
There's a little, you can see it right in front right there.
Yeah, the little baby Alex. So, I mean, I just don't know what my life would have been, honestly, without going to MCAA. This school offered me so many opportunities to perform, a community, a group of friends that we were all into the same thing. Oh my goodness, baby Alex. This was Cinderella and me. This is actually my cousin. We were birds.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So we did this production together then, right? I think with
we
Pat.
were in this show. Yes, with Pat.
Yes, because I was Gus.
There's a picture of us. I will find it and I will send it your way because you were totally in this production. Yes, this is Cinderella.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yep. Now I'm glad you said that because I was like, I know this somehow. Okay, cool.
Yes. Yeah, so, and, you know, I've had the opportunity to play all kinds of roles, you know, ensemble roles. Here's a little bird. And then, of course, you know, bigger roles is like Ada Pearl in The Wiz. So it's given me an opportunity to do all kinds of different stuff. This is me at the YubaSutter Mall. I think this was like a runway modeling thing.
You're killing it.
Yeah, right. I clearly think I am too. Look at that. Like, I got this.
I think you're trying to bust a move. I think
I think I am a little hip hop or something. So totally
I'm telling you, I can see it. I can see it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, like, I think what do you think is like the big takeaways? Because you've already mentioned like pageants help the public speaking. What's your big takeaway from doing theater where it's more prepared and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to theater, I think really we all need some type of artistic outlet, whatever it may be. If you want to be an actor and pretend to be somebody else for a minute, I think that's wonderful. If you're a painter, if you're a singer, if you're a cinematographer, like whatever it is, that calls to you, I feel like we all need some type of artistic outlet. And for me, growing up in the theater, I loved pretending to be somebody else for a minute. That gave me so much joy. And then, of course, there's nothing like, I'm sure you can attest this as well, being in front of an audience, and allowing yourself to give other people joy as well. Take them out of, real life for a minute, and let's go on a journey into this show. Oh, yep. A little newsboy. So see all kinds of different stuff. And I mean,
you've done it all.
Our community is amazing that we have so many things that allow us to be involved in the arts.
Yeah, truly. I think that, look at that one.
Bugsy Malone.
I was going to ask. I was like, I don't recognize that production.
Yes.
Bugsy Malone. Oh.
And again, this is my cousin as well. So it was just so cool to be able to grow up with my family. And, that's one way we've all been able to bond is in the theater. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cool. You guys had that moment that you guys got to share together.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, these are memories and pictures that we, will have forever. And I definitely feel so lucky to be able to have grown up on stage. 100%.
That's so cool. Yeah, definitely. I think that's, I think you and I are definitely like testaments to what the community has to offer.
Yes.
In regards to arts and the different experiences that you can get there from there. Like, yes, we've done a lot together, but we've also had our own like separate experiences where we did a lot of productions together. We did a lot separate. You did a lot more pageants than I did, and just all sorts of other places. Oh, The Wiz again.
The Wiz. Yep.
Hey. But I think it's such a testament. And now we're often doing our own little things, and we'll get more into like what you're doing here in a second.
And it's just cool too, because no matter, I feel like what we do with our lives, whether we devote our lives to the arts, whether we have a different, full-time 8-hour job, whatever it may be, like this will always be a part of our lives. No matter what, we will always find a stage. If we are, parents, spouses, whatever, like there will always be a stage and a microphone when it comes to us. I feel like.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Like, little do my ballroom students know, but they will be sung to.
Ooh,
Yeah, like if I can't get the music just when I want it, I'm gonna make my own music. So we find the stages, right?
Yes, definitely. Always will.
Yeah, that's so fun. But tell me a little bit about your college experience. Where'd you go? What did you get your degree in?
So I went to college at Sac State. So not too far from home. I got a bachelor's degree in communications, and I worked in the news industry for a while. I wanted to be a reporter. That's what I came out of college wanting to do. And I worked at Fox 40 News, KTXL in Sacramento as an assignment editor. And it was a wonderful, wonderful job. I loved working there. Sometimes I miss it. I'm like, gosh, I want to go back. So I worked in news for a while after college. And then, me, I got to always do something else, always running around doing all kinds of crazy things. So then I got a wild hair to move to Florida. And I worked at, I know, so random, worked at Walt Disney World in their entertainment department for a while. Woo! It was so fun, such a magical experience. And I definitely miss that too every single day. I'm like, oh, should I go back? I miss it.
Disney. Yeah, no, Disney. I've had lots of friends work there, heard some wonderful things. Hey, so you were Mickey.
I cannot confirm or deny that. Don't want to ruin magic for anyone here.
Wonderful picture of Mickey.
Cute little mouse there.
That's right. No, that's wonderful.
Yes,
gosh, I can only imagine. I haven't been to Disney World. I've been to Disneyland many times. But gosh, to work in like such a big center, you've seen people from all over the world and just having the opportunity to spread joy to them,
Oh yeah, Disney World was such an amazing experience mainly because of that, to get to see people from all over the world. They come from everywhere, from Japan, from Brazil. You know, we had guests from every corner of the earth, and it was absolutely phenomenal to be able to create magic for them. And again, I think, you know, this is something that obviously has always been a part of our lives. I want to take people away from their everyday life and give them some type of magical experience, whether it be at Disney World, whether it be, you know, at a concert performing, whether it be at a show at the YubaSutterArts&Culture. You know, I think we just really love like giving people a little bit of a fairy tale for a minute.
Yeah, definitely. I think that that escapism is so important.
It definitely is, especially I feel like right now. You know?
Yes. Oh, that's what I was about to bring up. I was just like, gosh, you know, this is the moment where we need it more than anything, right?
Absolutely.
So,
The moment we need it more than anything. And this is also the moment where it's harder to do that than it ever has been before.
right.
So, you know, we're really in a pickle in that when it comes to that.
Absolutely. I think just from my point of view, I've always, you know, art always comes out of hardships. So like, we see some of the greatest art come out of like some of the hardest times. And so I think after everything is kind of done here, I think we're going to see a resurgence of art, because I think people are just going to miss it so much. So
that's so true.
I'm hoping that we get back into it. We can create that escapism for everyone, and
I would love to
let them, you know, release for a few moments, right?
Yes. Another super cool adventure. When you say escapism, it totally made me think of this that I've been a part of for the past couple years is the Napa Valley Wine Train does the same train. And we escape to the North Pole. And it has been such a wonderful experience to take these families on a magical, oh yes, this is the Napa Valley Wine Train. And I didn't think a lot of people knew, so I really want to talk about this. We have this so home. Napa is only maybe a little bit over an hour away, you know, from the YubaSutter community. And it's definitely very similar to like a Polar Express type thing. It's different because we have our own original storyline, but similar. And it is such a wonderful holiday adventure to go on with your family. Unfortunately, this year, due to us having to be in an actual train car, pretty close, tight quarters, Santa is going to be real busy at the North Pole, so we're not going to be able to make it there this year, but I'm hoping for next year. All aboard, okay?
Definitely. Oh my gosh. That's so great though. It sounds like a wonderful experience. Yes. Honestly. Like, and it's one of those hidden treasures, I feel like, again, because I didn't know about it until you had mentioned it. So like, and that's right in our backyard.
It's right in our backyard. It's totally a little hidden adventure, a hidden gem. That's a great way to put it. And it is pretty close to home. Who knew the North Pole could be, you know, only maybe an hour and a half away.
No need for that flight. Just straight to the train.
Yep.
That's awesome.
All aboard.
Yeah. No, that's great though. I would love to eventually be able to take part in going on the Christmas train one of these days. So hopefully sometime soon.
Hopefully soon. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's so great though. So obviously you've done some traveling then. You just went to Florida.
I know. Sorry. I kind of got off my timeline here. So I went
there is no such thing as time. Time is a construct. We're fine. You go and do whatever you want.
So I went to Florida, worked at Disney there for a while. It was absolutely incredible. And Florida is just really far from home. And for people who know me, they know I'm very close to my mama. I am a mama's girl. I'm an only child. So I need to be a little bit closer at home. So I just hopped on over to Disneyland and made some magic there for a while. Again, you know, got to work in the entertainment industry, did shows and parades. Probably one of my favorite things that I got to do while working for Disney was getting to interact with the Make-A-Wish kids that came in.
Oh, yeah.
It was so special and absolutely magical. And I've made some memories that I will never, ever, ever forget.
Oh, that's so great. Oh, I love that. Because I know, I mean, that's such a important connection, and just again, you're just creating joy. I feel like that would. I feel like wherever you go, you're just like, here, have a little joy.
Yeah. What is that quote? Like, leave a little sparkle wherever you go. Like, I just want to sprinkle a little magic wherever I come from, you know?
Yeah.
Another
Oh
cool
my God.
thing I did when I lived in Southern California. This is another hidden gem. This is my favorite restaurant in Southern California. Okay.
I'm
It's
listening.
called Micheli's. It's in Hollywood. And I worked there part-time when I was working at Disney, and all of the servers there are professional singers.
Oh,
So it was amazing. Probably
I
one
think
of
I
my.
have heard of this.
Have you heard of it? There's 2
I think
locations
so.
in Hollywood. Yeah, and actually, both of the owners are brothers. It's
Oh.
a family, the Michelis. And so we're always like in a friendly competition with each other, like which one's better? Oh, the one on Cahuenga or the one over here, you know? So it's fun. It was really fun, but it's a hidden gem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I would that's yeah. That's one of my like. I would love to go to somewhere and just like have performers and
Heck yeah. Dinner
get
and
a dinner.
show.
Yeah. Dinner theater without the full theater. You just
Right.
love that. That's so cool.
And so, too, it's an like amazing opportunity to get to perform for you don't know who. You know, like when we're in Hollywood, we had all kinds of directors that would come in. So it was always like, who are we going to see tonight? You know?
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, I think that's something that we've kind of learned in theater. Like you're always on because you never know what that connection might do for you in the future.
Yep. Definitely always on. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a little too on sometimes. Just a little, but that's okay. You can always tone it down a touch. But no, that's so cool. So you were in LA for a while then.
Yep, in LA for a while. Worked at Disneyland, worked at Micheli's, and then again, that was still kind of far from home. So I moved back to Sacramento. And when I moved back, that's when I started working on the Santa train. It was actually kind of like right around the same time. So made some magic going to the North Pole for a while. And then I've also been blessed to be able to be a part of a few different bands here in Sacramento. Obviously, my most favorite thing to do is sing, get me started, and I won't stop. So I've been able to sub with a band here called, okay, so this is my guitar player, Richard Durazo. He is amazing. And we are in an acoustic duo together called Everything Nice. So we sing your favorite covers. We played at a bunch of different restaurants here in Sacramento. We played at weddings. We've actually used to play on Plumas Street at a business called Feather and Suds. They're no longer in business anymore, but they were like one of our favorite gigs. I've had a blast getting to gig with Richard.
That sounds like fun. Oh my gosh, that's great.
Yes.
And then you've done so many other performing arts group or bands and whatnot.
So the other band I sing in is I sub for a band called Hip Service. And they are so amazing. And they are a 10-piece band. They have horns, they have dancers, they got it all. And there's 4 singers. And so we each take turns singing leads and doing backups and harmonies. And it has been a blessing to perform with them. They are so polished and amazing and have taught me so much. I have grown incredibly being able to sing in their group. So it has been wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
That sounds great. I mean, it's so nice to work with like such professionalism like that. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's cool working like in the smaller bands that are kind of like getting their stuff together and whatnot. But when you come into a group that's like set and like, this is what we're doing, here's what we got, ready, let's go. It's just like, it's like a burden's almost lifted a little bit. Like you feel like you're in good hands.
Yes, there is definitely something to be said about working with like top-notch professionals. And they really are, and they have made me grow so much. I'm used to being a soloist. I've always like sang by myself, especially like in pageants with my guitar player, Richard. It's always me. And I had no idea the technique and difficulty that goes into being a backup singer. I 100% think that is way harder than being a soloist. Yes. Oh my goodness. Having to do harmonies and sing backups and do all while hip service, the very extensive choreography and heels. Okay. So
you're working it.
Right. So there is a lot to think about. And I felt like I grew as a performer just tremendously being able to gig with them.
That's so cool. I mean, I feel like you've definitely worked with like some of the best. Like you went and you've done pageants and you've gotten critiques and everything and been able to improve your skill that way. You've worked at Disneyland and Disney World, obviously top-notch entertainers and performers there. And then even coming back home and being able to work with like hip service and grow there, like you've had a different, very rich career, like in growing professionalism. That's so amazing. I just want to compliment you and say that.
Thank you. But I still feel like, I mean, there's always room to grow more, to learn more. I feel like this really is never ending. This whole life thing, there's just so much to it.
That life thing,
This whole life thing, man. So I definitely want to continue growing and continue learning because I still feel like I got a long way to go.
That's awesome though. But you've gained all that professionalism and you have a passion for kids too, kind of, right?
Yes, that is definitely, I feel like I've, tried out many different ventures in the entertainment industry, but it always seems to come back to the youth. I absolutely love working with kids. And I got to do that a lot with a program called Adventist Write Out Healthy Kids. We toured, I think pretty much don't quote me on this, but almost all of the schools in the Yuba and Sutter communities. I think they probably have hit every single one by now because I was a part of the tour before I went to Florida and it's continued on. And I joined in with them again right before schools had to close. It's been going all these years. I feel like we've, at this point, Adventist Write Out Healthy Kids have hit every school.
You have to have at this point.
Yes. So it's been a super fun experience getting to work with them and, spreading this message of health and wellness. Our director was Paul Demerit, and again, a top-notch professional, had us polished to the T. Paul.
I know Paul.
Uh-huh.
Gosh, yeah, no, that's bringing back some flashbacks.
Right?
good flashbacks, but definitely flashbacks. And like, rehearsals. Yeah, that was the thing I did with Paul a lot.
Paul's not letting us get out on that stage without it being perfect.
That's right. You best believe it was top notch by the time you got there.
Oh, yeah.
We actually have a video of you in the Write Out Healthy Kids. So let's take a look at that. Why don't we? Because that's, something a little local that you did.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yay.
Oh, my goodness. This is just the beginning, the very first tour.
I think I remember when you guys were starting too, because Paul was trying to do both school and here. Let's see here. A little technical difficulty.
No worries.
As it happens in the virtual world,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
If it's okay if it doesn't. You know what? We're just gonna pull back on that for a second because it doesn't look like it's gonna work here. We got to the end.
Pause. We were great. We promise.
But that's okay. No worries. I mean, maybe we can pull up another video of you performing and just stay here. But kind of moving along with the kid theme, you're doing a show with YubaSutterArts here.
Yes. Yeah. I am super excited to be working with Applause Kids as the youth theater director. We have a super exciting show debuting on November 7th called Super Happy Awesome News.
Yay. Okay. So can you give us a little bit about that? What is Super Happy Awesome News?
Yep. So Super Happy Awesome News is actually a relatively new show to the scene. It was created during the pandemic to really keep kids involved in the arts. It's a completely virtual musical. And the storyline is really two siblings who are competing for who has the happiest news network. So we have all kinds of fun things. We have a singing weather person. All of our correspondents are, musically reporting. We have some cheerful politics in there. We really cover every aspect of news. It's super, super fun. And then as the show kind of, moves along, it really starts to go into the more like vulnerable areas, and we start to see like, is there room for kind of vulnerability and rawness and realness in a happy news network. So yes, it gets a little emotional. There's all kinds of emotions in this show, and we have a phenomenal cast. I cannot wait for the show to debut because you guys are going to lose it, Alex. Wait till you see this, okay?
I'm excited.
Yes, we have 11 cast members, all various ages from 7 to 14.
Okay.
And again, they are so talented, okay? We started rehearsals last week, and it's like the first rehearsal, so I'm going to be really cognizant of them being in school, probably having to be on a computer all day. We don't really need to have all of our lines and songs memorized. Okay, this is the first rehearsal. Okay, boy, was I wrong. Okay, they came in ready to go. I mean,
Wow.
most of them had all of their lines memorized. They're so animated. They're like, do you want me to sing my song? Okay, I guess. I mean, I was kind of going to give you a, first rehearsal. Let's get to know each other. No, they're ready to perform.
There's no messing around here. That's great, though.
There is no messing around with these kids. They are so talented, very professional, and they are ready to do this thing. And I am so excited to be working with them.
That's so great.
Yes.
Like, I mean, that's all you can ask for as a director is that, people come in and are ready to work. And obviously you have kids that are so ready to work and just hungry for an artistic outlet again.
Oh, absolutely. And I am just so happy that the Yuba Arts and Culture was able to put this together, because I'm worried about kids during this time, not being able to be in school where they have music programs and things like that. I want kids to be able to have that artistic outlet. Like, I grew up going to MCAA. I know how important the arts are in school. So I was worried that they weren't getting that. And I'm so happy that through this virtual musical, they're able to do something like that. And I just found out on the last rehearsal that like a bunch of kids in the show are friends.
Oh,
yeah. So they like all know each other. They all go to like different schools. But some of them are like a group of friends. So it's been so cool because they're like, oh yeah, we rehearse our lines together. And I just love that this is like something that they can do outside of our rehearsals, something positive,
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You're rebonding that group circle, that friend circle.
And I feel like kids are missing each other. I mean, I can't even imagine not being in school and seeing my friends every day. So I love that they're able to connect and like rehearse their lines together. Okay, you sing your song and then I'll sing mine, and each other feedback. Like, I love that they're bonding that way. It just makes me so happy.
That's so great. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Super Happy Awesome News is going to be coming November 7th. So if you're watching,
Happy Awesome News.
There it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So excited. But so this is obviously the first show that you've kind of done with YubaSutterArts&Culture.
Yes.
So we are kind of looking though at doing a second show.
Ooh, yes. So
in December. It would come up right after too.
Yes. I don't think this has been announced yet. So this is super exciting. Big announcement. I feel like Super Happy Awesome News. Breaking news. Right? We have a show coming up pretty soon after Super Happy Awesome News is over, and we're going to be doing Elf, the musical, for the holiday season. Yes,
Wow.
I'm so excited. So Elf is a super fun, like, family holiday film. Have you seen it before?
I've seen the movie, haven't seen the musical though.
Okay, so, I mean, it follows a similar storyline. It's a comedy, and it's about. Should I give it all away? I mean, everyone's seen the movie, right?
I think most people have seen the movie. I think, yeah,
Okay.
just a quick synopsis wouldn't hurt.
Okay. It follows the storyline of Buddy the elf, who he thinks he's an elf. He wants to be an elf, realizes he's kind of like a human. And so he goes back to New York City to his real family, his human family. And he basically brings like the holiday cheer, the true meaning of Christmas back to New York City, back to his family. So it's a super joyful, warm, happy, holiday show. And I am so excited that we're going to be doing.
Sounds great. Oh my gosh. Sounds like so much fun, honestly.
So much fun.
And this is a kid show also though, right?
Yes, this is geared towards kids. I really focus on youth. That's kind of my thing. And auditions are the deadline for auditions. Let me just double check my notes because I don't want to give the deadline for auditions is going to be November 16th. So Super Happy Awesome News debuts the 7th. So just a couple weeks later, we're back again.
That turnaround.
Yes, that turnaround. So the Super Happy Awesome News the 7th, and then November 16th will be the deadline for Elf. And Elf will debut. We'll have tickets available for purchase, and it's going to debut December 11th and 12th. So a few weeks before Christmas. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
That honestly just sounds like so much fun. And I'm glad that we can, you here at YubaSutterArts&Culture can provide this for you to like give to the students and to the youth in our community. Because again, I think that outlet is so important. And so I'm glad that we've been able to like work with you and create this program.
No, I cannot thank the YubaSutterArts&Culture enough for allowing me to do this. I know it's wonderful for the kids, but it's been so wonderful for me too, to be able to do this and to work with these kids. That is something I am so passionate about. And I am eternally thankful and grateful that you guys have provided this opportunity for the community. It's amazing.
Well, let me just tell you, I'm going to leak a little background information because my mom's been talking about you. She's known you for years and everything, but she just said that it's been such a blessing having you work on this program and just like bring your professionalism and your love for kids to this. So we're super excited to like continue working with you and just see where this goes, honestly.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Giving you that, like, and I'm so glad you're getting something out of it too. Like you're by giving to the kids, you're also getting back. And I think that's art. That's art right there.
Right. That is just this circle. You know what I mean? It really, a never ending, just wonderful circle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So great.
Yeah. So great.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh. So like obviously if Elf takes off, what are you kind of looking to do? Are we looking at creating like I
would love to do like a whole applause series for you, because I know you guys do applause for kind of grown up. But I would love to do, we've talked a lot about applause kids. I've heard this word tossed around, applause kids. So I'm hoping maybe if I do a good job with this show, that we can keep it going, because I would love to do applause kids, do a whole series as we go into the new year, and just see what's next. I would love to do some type of Disney, show, obviously Disney gal. So definitely have some ideas. The wheels are spinning up here. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I mean, definitely something I know, like obviously the acting company has their kids program and everything, but there's always room for another program and stuff. Cause I remember we did stuff with Faith Christian, and then there was always, Pat's, shows that Pat Hill, when she did those shows, there's just always been so many outlets and groups, and kids participate in all of them, and each one brings their own different thing and style and fun elements. So I'm excited to see where this goes, honestly.
Yeah, I definitely feel like more the merrier. I mean, can there ever be enough like outlets for,
No,
especially for our youth, to perform in the arts? Absolutely not. I feel like
no,
definitely the more the merrier, 100%.
absolutely,
Like
yeah.
every program has its own flair, has its own director. Everyone runs things a little bit different.
Mhm.
And I think it'd be so cool. We could all collaborate with each other, so I think it's the more the merrier, really.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, you're doing this all the way from Sacramento right now too. So
Yep.
like, I mean, that's the nice part about COVID right now a little bit, is that you're able to do this virtually with everyone. And um, I think it's great that we've been able to drag you back into the Yuba Sutter area.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy to be back. And I was, coming from Southern California, I was like, what am I going to do in Sacramento? And to my surprise, there has been so many things that have gone on here in Sacramento, not just here in the Bay. So many
Yeah.
movies, films, and sets I've been able to be a part of in the Bay. And then, of course, in my old stomping ground, my own backyard, the Yuba Sutter community, there is so much that goes on there. And,
Right.
I am not disappointed one lickety bit to be back at home because, yeah, reel me back in. I'm happy to be here because there is a lot going on.
Yes, that's awesome. Speaking of you performing though and everything, if we can, I think I would like to see that House of Blues performance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you got to perform at the House of Blues, which is kind of a big deal.
It was super cool. I performed at the House of Blues in Orlando in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was one of my.
I know there's so many of them. I was just like, I didn't know which one she performed at. Here we go.
Here we go.
There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun, and it's been far away. How many a poor boy and God I know.
Hey. Oh.
And there you go, folks.
That was it. No, that's what we needed, right?
Yeah, right? Just a little snippet, a little teaser.
That was quite the teaser. So if you were like, oh, she did all these pageants and everything, the girl can sing.
Oh,
She got the pipes. Trust me.
thank you, Alex. And How's the Rising Sun is honestly probably one of my favorite songs to sing.
It is It's such a great song. And I think that it's one of those songs that's so open to interpretation.
Oh, yeah.
And feeling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's such a good song. Thank you. I actually sang this song last year in February. We had The Voice came out to San Francisco. There is so much that goes on so close to home. It's just wonderful. The Voice came out to San Francisco, and I auditioned with this song, and I got a call back.
Hey.
I was so excited, but just like in the performing arts, on my callback, they were like, "Oh, maybe next time." Which is, I mean, by now, this is something we just got to get used to.
Yep. If you're going to be in the arts, rejections
that's on the daily, man. That's part of my
showbiz.
That's showbiz. Yep, definitely. Got to have some thick skin. But I was still super excited, you know. Call back, hello.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, and like so many. Yeah, there's so many factors that go into something like that. It didn't even have to be your talent. It could have been that like they had too many other girls already that looked exactly like you or something.
Yeah, maybe they're like, no, we need to get some guys in here. We're done with girls for the day.
It could have literally have nothing to do with your talent. And it's just so crazy, but like is what it is, right? It's just that's theater. That's for sure.
Which is why, I always try to tell a lot of the youth that I work with, don't be discouraged. If you're going to do you have to know that you're not always going to do what they're looking for that day. Maybe they need some blondes, maybe they already cast all their brunettes for the day. whatever it may be. It has nothing to do with your talent or, you know, yourself as an artist. There are so many factors. So I really try to hone that in. We actually talked about that in rehearsals last week because I have a lot of kids that are kind of thinking about making the entertainment industry their career. So I'm like, okay, we'll start thickening up that skin right now, guys, because it's rough.
Well, kind of along those lines, I'm gonna share my own little story because it kind of mashed up with yours a little bit about Disney. So Disney's like the performance center, right? So I've always wanted to work for Disney, and I auditioned once. I got in the room. The second time I got to sing real quick, and then I got kicked out. The third time though, I was a quarter of an inch short from the height requirement.
Yes.
And I didn't even get in the door. And I was just like, oh, I didn't even realize. I thought I was. But like, you know, I just kept going and I'm still performing. Like that didn't deter me. So it's just like, we see all these no's, but like eventually something comes along because now I'm in Boston doing stuff now. So like
exactly. You know,
there's so many cool stories that we get to tell about like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know you wanted to work at Disney at one point.
Yeah, that was
like performers. We all want to have our little time at
yeah. It's kind of like oh, I could work at Disney. I think everyone has that kind of quick thought.
How tall are you?
Apparently, I'm 5'10" and 3/4.
Oh, 5'10" and 3/4.
Yes, I was not. I was, and I went to a 5'11" audition.
Oh gosh, they're so particular when it comes to height. You have to be, I mean, to the T. Yes, they are so particular when it comes to height.
And I don't blame them. They got a brand to uphold. So
you know, to each their own. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yep. But again, it's something I do just try to, you know, let the younger ones know. It has nothing to do with you. You could have been the best person there, but you're a little too short. You know, whatever it may be.
Well, and I think you create a wonderful environment. Obviously, I think with Super Happy Awesome News, did anyone who auditioned got in, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, just saying yes early on and showing them that they have the ability to do it versus like being rejected straight off the bat. I think it's so important. I think you're creating a very nurturing environment for them to grow up in that. So.
Thank you. I hope so. I try to, because I do think that's you know, at that age, I don't necessarily want to start the, you know, it's a tough life, kid, you're out. You know, I want everyone to have the opportunity to experience it and to see if they like it. I mean, maybe they're like, I don't know, it's not for me. It's not a life for everyone. So I definitely want to give, you know, kids and children the opportunity to test the waters, see if it's their thing, you know, maybe bring out some skills that they didn't know that they had. Some kids are actually, I think all of our cast members have a solo in the show. And so not all of them are used to singing, though. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of having to pull out a little talent that maybe they're not used to doing. And who knows, maybe they're going to love it. And now they're going to be a singer, you know? So you really have to try everything, I feel like.
Yeah, just like the song from Zootopia.
Zootopia, Shakira.
Yeah.
Yes,
see? Love that song.
See, hubby, we're on the same wavelength.
There we are. Oh, the Alex is back in action.
Yep, the A-team.
Hey, that's us. Okay, so we're almost at the end of our time here. Gosh, that flew by. But I forgot to warn you about these. But normally, yes, surprise. So out of all the things that I think we just got talking pre-show, and it was on my mind to ask you about these, but then I just never got around to it. But normally at the end of our show, we do 10 questions provided by James Lipton, who just recently passed away. And it's from his actor studio in New York, where he asked these 10 questions to every single actor that came in for years. And so I'm going to ask you these questions, just whatever first comes to mind or whatever, you can just answer them. If you don't feel like answering one, feel free to say pass.
There's a pass option?
You can pass.
Okay.
But
can you phone a friend if I'm like,
yeah, as long as it's me. Yeah, but since I forgot to tell you, feel free to give a no-go on any of these. So
Okay.
we're just going to get started, though. I think it's one of my favorite parts of the show, just kind of like get a little bit more insight. So what is your favorite word?
Bubbly.
Ooh, that's a good word.
Mm-hmm.
What is your least favorite word?
Am I just supposed to say the first thing that comes to my mind, whether it has something to do with acting or not?
No, whatever it is.
Okay, I hate the word moist.
I get that. That's a thing.
Oh, I do not like that word. Yes. No.
That's a thing for people. Okay. What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
What turns me on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally? Someone who's passionate about something. And whether it's, doesn't have to be the arts, it can be absolutely anything, really. But that is definitely a turn on. Something that draws me to people is if they just love something, whatever it is that may be.
Yes, same.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's me to a T also. What turns you off creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
What turns me off? I'd have to say maybe not being just open. I feel like, these days things are not black and white. There is so much gray area. And I guess it can be a little bit of a turnoff to me when people are so much in this that it's black or white. Nah, I'm gray. It's so gray.
It's so gray out there. Love that. Yes. This is the one that you might want to skip, just saying, but feel free. Anything goes on this one. What is your favorite curse word?
My favorite curse word.
You can say anything.
Sorry, Mom. Shit. That is my favorite because it just applies to everything. Like
everything.
You're happy, or if you're mad, oh my gosh. So
yep.
Yeah.
All
Sorry.
Right. Sorry, Mom. What sound or noise do you love?
Oh gosh, I sound so cliche, but I love the sound of like rain on the windows.
Oh no, that's a good one.
Don't you love that sound when it's raining?
I love that sound.
I love it. And I'm so ready for it. I don't like being hot. I'm ready for sweater weather. I want it to rain. I want to light my candles.
Yes. That's exactly what I do. I sometimes when it's raining, I'll literally shut everything down and just listen to the rain and like thunder and everything. Oh, yes. Perfection. Now I want it to rain. What sound or noise do you hate?
Do I hate? A creaking door. I make my boyfriend like WD-40 everything. Yes. It sounds like a scary movie. I don't like a creaking door.
No creaking doors. Got it. Nope. All right. That's funny. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Like just anything. I don't want to go to school though for so long.
Just imagine that you could just jump right into it.
I could just jump right in. Okay.
Just do it.
Right now, I've been like really into the medical field. I think it would be so cool to be a doctor. However, going to med school sounds like a lot. So I would just want to jump right in. But it sounds actually really dangerous to just jump right in. So maybe, you know what? Maybe that should have been my path because that does not sound safe to be like, let's just try it. I don't know. You should do that.
Open heart surgery, ready?
Right? No, I've never done it before. I didn't go to school. I just want to test the waters, see if I like it.
See if this is something I can do with my life.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah, whoops.
Everyone has one of those. What profession would you not like to pursue?
Would I not like to pursue?
Yes.
I really don't think that there's a profession I would not like to pursue, mainly because I like to try everything. So I can't really say like I would never do that or I don't ever want to do that because I don't know. I am just the type of person where I want to try it. I want to try this, everything. I want my hands in every pot. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't think there's that. Yeah, I can't think of something I would be like, no, I'd never do that. I'd probably try it.
Yes. What a great attitude for life.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, last question.
Okay.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
If heaven exists, What would I like to hear God say? Does he have to say something? Because I'd probably
No.
want to hear him sing something.
What would you want to hear him sing?
I mean, I'm so cliche. I'm thinking like Amazing Grace, something, beautiful and soft and sweet. I don't really think I would want God to say anything. I want to hear that. That's how I speak, like through music. Yeah. No,
just a heavenly choir.
Amazing Grace choir. Mm-hmm.
That's so.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's a good answer. Good answer.
Man, shoot, put me on the spot here.
And it was in my head to tell you before we started all this, and then we just got talking, and I was just like, oh yeah, we have to do that now.
Oh gosh. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Alex.
No problem, Mrs. Alex. But no, it has honestly been such a pleasure reconnecting with you.
Yeah, no, it's been wonderful reconnecting. We need to not go so long without talking again.
For reals though, like, that's what all this social media is supposed to be for.
Right? Hello, we're not utilizing this.
Right? It's right in front of our faces and we use it every day, but we're not using it.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, honestly, it's great. I'm so excited to see what you do with YubaSutterArts&Culture in the future. Like, can't wait to keep seeing where this goes. Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me. And don't forget to tune in to Super Happy Awesome News on November 7th.
Yes. And also, just as a quick reminder, everyone, we have a lot of stuff happening this upcoming week. We have Art Radio Today, which is happening this upcoming Sunday. Slightly Batty, the performance is happening this Friday. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and get your tickets on the YubaSutterArts page, YubaSutterArts.org. And then also next week, we'll be having another Artist Alchemy, same time, same place, with special guest Obi Leff. So one of my favorites. Got to work with Obi in children's choir, and he's a joy. So tune in for that. And again, this has been YubaSutterArts. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful evening.
Bye.
Bye.